actually are fans of BuzzBee toys out there, specifically their blasters, because back in the day, BuzzBee had bite. BuzzBee wasn't just trying to coexist with NERF, they outright wanted to surpass them. This is where I'd insert the clip of, I don't remember, maybe it was Blaster Hub did an interview with a person at like Toy Fair that was representing BuzzBee Toys, and BuzzBee Toys was like, we're not gonna just keep up with NERF, we're going to surpass them. But I don't have that clip, so just use your imagination. Nowadays, over the last couple of years, that kind of seems like a joke, because BuzzBee really hasn't had a great hit on their hands in a very long time, and I believe this has something to do with the fact that they moved away from their partner company, Alex Brands, which may have like reined them in. I'm not certain, but they kind of stopped producing blasters, new ones for a while, and not putting them on shelves in the US, and then when they came back, we got the Trigger Fire, Tetra Shot, the Thunder Shot, none of which are really compelling blasters, at even really compelling price points in my opinion. But this wasn't always the case, because this is Tag Back, the show where we take a look at a blaster from the past and see what it could offer us today in the present. And this time, we're taking a look at the 2015 BuzzBee Brute. Yeah. Now, you have to excuse the tiny magazine. My Brute doesn't really seem like it's feeling all that well today, and I couldn't find one of the obnoxiously long, like 20 dart mags that this thing came with. But this is a $20 full auto flywheel blaster, 2015. You know what else came out that year?
Say the line, Bart.
The Sentinel.
Yay!
I got one. You probably can't see it because of the glare, but I got one. That's how you know this was pretty good. In terms of overall design, the BuzzBee Brute has that same kind of drunkenly doodled aesthetic of somebody who thinks they know what a space blaster looks like. And yeah, it's okay. It's the silhouette's fine, but of course the greebling is kind of awful. BuzzBee's never really had a great track record for making attractive looking blasters, in my opinion. But what really kind of kills this for me is that it looks pretty good on this side of the shell. You can kind of see a problem here. That is, I believe, where the pusher is located, and that's pretty ugly. But looks aren't everything, because this blaster does perform. Before we get too far into things, though, we have to compare it to its obvious NERF counterpart, the far more attractive looking. This is that one that Jake gave me that has all the paint on it. I still have this Rapidstrike. NERF full auto companion, the Rapidstrike. And yeah, I mean, you can collapse this all the way down and they're still about the same, but yeah, it's interesting to see. About the same amount of stuff, just less heart and soul went into this one for like half the price. And if that wasn't spicy enough, it's actually compatible with NERF mags, which was kind of an important thing that happened at the time, because not having cross-compatible mags was a big deal, and this really helped make BuzzBee a far more attractive option. Absolutely tiny main grip. I can grab it because I got tiny hands. The foregrip it's okay. It's not horrible. The stock is short, but it works. Batteries are located in the stock. It is powered by 4 AA batteries. There are no rails. There are no jam doors. There's practically nothing. And then there's this button mag release. Is this the one that you can kind of like push forward? Yeah, it is. You don't have to actually push it in. You can just kind of rock it forward like a NERF mag release. And of course, single trigger operation. Pull the trigger slowly to rev. Pretty good rev from an old blaster on 4 AA's, way more powerful than NERF. And then pull the trigger all the way for full auto action. All right, well, that may not be the greatest rate of fire ever, but it is a rate of fire and it does technically work. So we can give the Brute some pretty decent consideration for the fact. It feels like a much smaller blaster. It honestly doesn't, even though it's like the same length, it doesn't feel as massive or as intimidating as the Rapidstrike. And for such a low price, this blaster was an amazing opportunity for a lot of people to get into flywheel blasters, especially pretty good ones. It performed about the same exact thing as the Rapidstrike, maybe arguably a little bit better on that rate of fire because the Rapidstrike rate of fire is garbo, and it was totally functional for a $20 full auto blaster. This was supplanted by the Cyclonic, which was a far less attractive blaster in my opinion, although it still very much did work and was basically the same price. Nowadays, of course, you can find 3D printed cages to increase the power of your Brute. You can rewire it for a lipo. I'm not sure how good that pusher mechanism is because I don't think anybody's really modded one of these things in the last since it came out. And if you're one of those people that was looking to like make some kind of full auto mag-fed SMG pistol looking thing, cutting one of these things down would hurt significantly less than cutting down a Rapidstrike. And yeah, there was a time when BuzzBee was stupidly good as a company. Nowadays, they're kind of a joke, and it hurts, because while I do appreciate them making some new innovative designs, the designs don't seem to have a lot of heart and soul in them. They seem pretty boneless, in my opinion. I don't know what's going on with them. But it wasn't always that way, and that's why when you see a person who loves BuzzBee, they probably more or less love how BuzzBee was, where you could get a really competent blaster for a real low price. So, legacy? Yes, the BuzzBee Brute was actually pretty freaking cool because it was a budget Rapidstrike that you could pick up that arguably performed a little bit better. And nowadays, if you really want to run a BuzzBee Brute, well, of course, you can 3D print a cage or get a 3D printed cage, slap in some better motors, slap in some bigger flywheels, power it by a lipo, and there you go. You got a full auto, probably not the fastest rate of fire thing ever, but I'm sure this thing can still hit anywhere from 150 to 180 like most flywheel blasters do. So if you really want to prank your friends at your next Nerf war, consider rewiring and upgrading a BuzzBee Brute to a lipo, because they'll never see it coming. And BuzzBee, I'm just disappointed in you. I'm not angry. I'm a little angry that you put out the crap that you did last summer, but I'm still hopeful that you'll soar back into existence with some good stuff like more of this and more of the Sentinel. That being said, I do have their compound bow thing that I found at Ross for 15 bucks, and it's really good, and I need to finish the review on that. But I'm Walcom S7, and that's all I've got for you on this one. This is the second in my 25 days of tag back. I'm doing a video every single day on a blaster from the past to see what it can offer us today in the present. And I've got a lot of surprises to show you. So make sure you get subscribed, hit the like button, ring the bell, and do all that notification algorithmic garbage to help the channel grow so you can help the hobby grow. And of course, I hope to see you in an entirely different one.
You gotta up,